When we look at the control of obesity, it cannot be achieved at one point of life, but it is actually a life course approach that would make the control much more effective. Starting from the pregnant mother, going on to the newborn baby, then early childhood and adolescence. Why I say so is because the risk of development of non-communicable diseases begins from in utero, and during the period of intrauterine life, the child will get programmed to develop in a certain environment. And if the environment is artificially altered after birth, because birth is just only an event in the growth of the individual where he changed from a highly dependent environment to a relatively independent environment. If we begin to change the course of the child had been growing, then of course gradually he will begin to accumulate more and more risk factors for the development of non-communicable diseases later in life. So what is the important factor is throughout the life, whether the child is intrauterine period or whether the child is during the early infancy, we have to consider this factor very important and do the necessary interventions in order to keep the risk at a very minimum stage. So it is very important to keep these risk factors as low as possible in order to delay the onset of development of non-communicable diseases in a child who is destined to develop non-communicable diseases later in life. Now, one of the important factors is why we are trying to control is to prevent the comorbidities related to childhood obesity as well as to development of non-communicable diseases later in life. And approaching this during childhood is very important because of the plasticity of the individual. In the early stages, the plasticity is very high, that is, they respond very much easily to the changes which we bring about to change the life course of the individual. However, if we prolong this, it will be very arduous to bring them to a less risk state from a high risk state. So it is very important in the struggle to control non-communicable diseases that we take an approach very early in life, if not during fetal life, at least during infancy or first 2 years of life, in order to make them grow correctly and achieve a healthy body composition, healthy metabolic profile, and delay the development of non-communicable diseases later in life. So therefore, it is very important that we take steps to control childhood obesity and prevent actually development of childhood obesity, as it was once predicted by the IDF that the younger generation could suffer from a lot of morbidity and mortality even in NCD related diseases than their parental generation. Therefore, if we are serious about controlling non-communicable diseases, the best period to start is within the first 1,000 days of life, where within the first 2 years of life, we should embark on a proper nutrition as well as proper growth monitoring and make sure that the child grows to the optimal potential, not less, not more, and thrive as a healthy adult.